theaters in the Century 16 Theater behind me here. Witnesses tell us that he released some sort of canister. They heard a hissing sound and that gas emerged. And then we know that the gunman opened fire.
It was full of like this smoke that it was like you could see that there was smoke like in the entire lobby, and it was really hard to breathe.
The most that I saw was a girl who was pretty much covered in blood, and she didn't have any wounds on her. So, I mean, it made me think the worst.
The suspect, who was in custody, made statements about possible explosives in possession in his residence.
He broke in through the door, and he threw a thing, and all you could see is pretty much the mask, just the gas mask, and it was probably one of the scariest images I've ever seen in my life, and he just threw up the gun and started doing it, and shooting at least 4 or 5 rounds, and then that gun ended, and then he just did it again with the other gun.
He just pointed the gun directly at my face. I was just terrified, and I just jumped into the aisle and just started crying.
How far was he standing from you?
About 4 or 5 feet. And then when we tried to get out the door, they were like, go back, this guy's gonna come and shoot everybody that's trying to get out. So we go back in, and then there's other people that escaped and other people that got stuck. And at that point, I just saw dead bodies on the stairs, people that were shot, that were hurt. I saw, a little girl, she was 14 years old, 12 years old or something, on the stairs, just dead, lifeless. It was just the most tragic thing I've ever seen,
A cop came walking through the front door before everyone was cleared up and before everything was completely under control. A cop came walking through the door holding a little girl in his arms, and she wasn't moving. I had heard another witness who was in my theater, someone else that I was talking to before the movie. We were waiting in line for it. She was on the phone, and the really messed up part for me was she told whoever she was talking to that she saw bullet holes in the little girl's back.